It's almost cutting season here in North Carolina. Right now it's February. It's about to be March. Usually we start cutting in March around this area, so I figured I'd do a little equipment tour so you guys can see what I use to service my yards. If you guys do lawn care of your own, leave a comment. Let me know if there's any tips that you guys have for me. I'll also, throughout this video, have some tips for you guys that I learned along the way, and hopefully that'll help you guys out. We'll go ahead and start with my truck over here. So what I use is a 2017 Chevy Silverado LT. Nothing special, I got it used. Just to note, you don't need the biggest truck for the job. I haul stuff with this. It's a 1500. It can haul, a good amount of weight. Not as much as a 2500, but it gets the job done. Inside, it's just the cloth material. Nothing crazy. It's got phone chargers, headphones and stuff for whenever I'm cutting and stuff like that. Some water in the back here. I've got earmuffs. When I was in the Navy, I lost a lot of hearing because I worked on the flight deck, but I use these when I cut just to save the hearing that I have left. These muffle it out and they also play music. Let's see, I've got a measuring wheel here for estimates and stuff like that, so I can go to the homeowner's house and it doesn't take me forever with a tape measure. I just use this, and then it usually gets the job done pretty well. I've also got a bucket hat for whenever it gets too sunny. Provides a little bit of shade whenever there's no shade anywhere around. I've also got some rain gear here, so if it starts raining and I just need to finish up last bit of work or whatever, I can pop this rain gear on and stay dry. That's basically it for the truck. I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys the trailer now. So this is my lawn care trailer. When I started out, I actually used my father-in-law's trailer. It was a little, I think it's a 10 by 10 open utility trailer. I'm not sure if that's correct or not, but I put my mower in the back of it. I started out with a little push mower and then worked my way up to a little bit of a bigger mower, but this is a Freedom trailer. It's a 7 by 16 enclosed trailer. I wanted the enclosed because I didn't have all the room in my garage to store all my mowers and stuff. I could just put my mowers in here and keep them in there for whenever I'm not mowing or the off season and stuff like that. But it's got a little side door here. It's the tandem axle, so it does hold a little bit more weight than the 6x12 singular axles, so I do like that about it. All right, the first tip I've got for you guys, every time I pull the back of the trailer down, it's not always on level ground. Sometimes asphalt's a little bit unlevel. So the first thing I'm going to show you guys is, and what I keep in the back of my trailer are these little fence pickets. When I was building my fence, I had these left over, so whenever it's uneven, sometimes whenever you put your foot on here, it'll kind of bounce a little bit, and I don't want my door to warp. So I'll just go ahead and put these, however many I need. You can do 3, 4. I just put them under here just to kind of level out the door as you need to whenever the ground is unstable. All right, the next thing I want to add for the back of the trailer is every time I bring the trailer down, I always like to lay a blanket down because my trailer is blacked out, and the trim here, if it hits the ground, gravel, rocks, anything like that, sometimes it'll chip and it'll take the black paint off. I don't necessarily like that, so I put a blanket down so it keeps it from scratching. Just kind of prolongs the life of the trailer a little bit. Starting in the back of the trailer here, first we'll just go over all the little odds and ends. So I've got this cone here. I put it out at the end of my door just so nobody hits the door. And if I need to, for whatever reason, lock the trailer while I'm gone and someone wants to park behind me, they won't park past the cone, so I can still load my mowers and everything like that. So the cone is a very good thing to have. I've got these 3 gas tanks here. The Shurcan, this is my, I guess, third tip for you guys. The Shurcan is pretty nice, yes, because you can, load it from the top and then load your mowers in from the bottom because this swivels down. The thing I found out is I do like the Shurcan a lot, but it takes me about 5 to 10 minutes to empty that can into my mower. So what I do is I go to Tractor Supply, and for about half the cost, you can get these bigger tanks. They hold more gas. I think this is about 5.5 gallons, where the Shurcan is only 5 gallons. And you can literally just tip this up, and you can have your mower filled in 10 to 15 seconds. So this is a really great thing. Half the price of the Shurcan, and you can fill up your mowers a little bit quicker as well. Next thing I've got here is a Stihl BR 800X. There's a lot of controversy about, the biggest blower for lawn care. I use it for leaf cleanups and lawn care, It doesn't really bother me, the weight of it or anything like that. It doesn't really, fatigue me that much. So I enjoy it. I like the power of it. Stihl's a great brand. I've also got the Equipment Defender rack. That way I can leave the back down. I don't have to worry about my equipment while I'm mowing. Don't have to keep, locking my trailer and stuff like that. Next thing I've got here is the Stihl FS94R. It's a great trimmer. I do have the Darwin's grip from Ballard products on here. I love the Darwin's grip. Makes it a little bit easier because I am, 6'3". I'm a little bit taller as well. And then at the back here, I took off the guard. I just like it a little bit better. I know it bogs down the engine quite a bit if you get the string a little bit longer, but I just enjoy having the guard off because you can get the string a little bit longer. Got some rakes here. Eventually I'm going to get an edger and another trimmer just so I can have them as backup if this one quits running on me. But it hadn't so far. It's a pretty good trimmer. My wife got me this for my birthday on Amazon. I couldn't tell you what brand it is, but it works pretty good. It also locks, so I just keep the keys in my back pocket and I can unlock it and lock it as I need. I'm not sure what brand it is, but I'll link this in the description below for you guys if you want to take a look at it. It was fairly inexpensive, and it's a very good trimmer rack. I've had no issues with it at all. A great tip I have for you guys with the trimmer rack, I've seen guys put it on the left side of their trailer. I personally like to keep it on the right side of the trailer because I can come in, grab it real quick, and start it with my right hand, and then as I'm out of the trailer, I can just start trimming. Whereas if I have it over here, I've got to take it out of the trailer, flip it around, start it, and then I can go. It's just little things like that that make you more efficient with lawn care. You guys see these random blocks here, so every time I pull my mower in, the first mower I ever got, the parking brake doesn't work on it, so I just put blocks in front and behind my wheels. Obviously I tie them down with ratchet straps as well, and then this block is here just so whenever I stop abruptly, if I ever do, my mower doesn't, fly forward at all. It just kind of hits that, the front tire does. But in the front here, I've got some tarps and blankets for trimming bushes and stuff like that. I've got this little tool bag. It's got some odds and ends in there, little extra parts, tools, grease, stuff like that that I might need in the field. This is the spare tire for my trailer. I've also got these two buckets here. I usually use those for weed control. So if I'm ever out needing to pull weeds and stuff like that, I just bring a bucket with me, put the weeds in the bucket, and I can usually just keep them in there until I get home. I can dump them in my trailer. Or just dump them in the back of my truck before I take them to the dump. Another Equipment Defender rack here. This just holds all my rakes, tools, stuff like that. I've got a pitchfork in there that I use for mulch, spearhead shovel, stuff like that. Great rack, no complaints with that. It also locks them in place so whenever you turn and stuff like that, they don't fly out. Got some ratchet straps here. I've also got this spool rack here. I got this on Amazon. The brand is Byers, so if you like the spool trimmer rack, that's a really great option. I always keep it at the back of the trailer just because if I ever need a trimmer string, I can just come in and get it real quick without having to climb over all the mowers and everything like that. All right, we'll move on to these tools out here now. I think the first one I got was this Stihl HS45. It's not a commercial hedge trimmer, but it gets the job done for as much trimming as I need to do. The only complaint I have about this is it's very loud. I do have to use hearing protection for this as well just because it's so loud. But it is very sharp and it gets the job done. I've also got these Stihl HL56K hedge trimmers. I use these for the taller hedges. Sometimes if they're too tall, I'll prop a ladder up against them and just kind of get, the top of them if I need to, but this is a great trimmer option as well. Again, not commercial, but gets the job done for the amount of work that I have trimming bushes and stuff. I got this chainsaw because we had a few trees cut down in our backyard and I just wanted to cut up some wood, but now I use it for my business. So it's a great chainsaw. It's a Stihl MS271 or the Farm Boss. It's got a 20-inch bar on it, so I really like that. I think the old one they made 18-inch bar, but they since went to a 20-inch, which I really like. It's got great power. It is pretty loud, but it's not too bad. Next thing I'll show here is my pole saw. This is the Stihl HT135. I think it's the most powerful one that they make. I really enjoy this pole saw. I'm not too sure how long it gets, but I use this for crepe myrtles, pruning trees and stuff like that. It's very sharp, and the blade usually lasts pretty long on it. I really like this saw. Here I've got my battery-powered backpack sprayer. This is the Flowzone Cyclone 3. Very good sprayer. I use this for weed control. Sometimes I'll do some fertilization in my yard as well with it, but very happy with how this came and how it works. No complaints with that at all. So the first mower I got is this Skag 52-inch cut. It's the Tiger Cat 2. I bought this used on Marketplace. I just needed a commercial mower at the time, and I wanted a little bit of a bigger cut so I could do some bigger yards. Like I said, it's a 52-inch cut. It cuts great. I've had no issues with it at all. I just need to get the parking brake fixed on it. The next mower I bought was a Skag V-Ride 2. It's a 36 Advantage cut. The reason I bought this mower is because I was having issues getting through some of my clients' gates with the Tiger Cat 2. A little bit of a smaller deck, so I can you know, move my services around to more clients because I'm able to get through their gates into the backyard. I love this mower. I've actually fell in love with the V-Ride. I think my next mower will be a V-Ride 52 or 48-inch cut. But I love this mower. I think it's got 106 hours on it so far, and I have no issues or complaints with it. Pretty fast, and it's pretty fun to zoom around on it. One thing I did forget about with my Tiger Cat is I have this Ballard blocker. It's a little bent up because sometimes, you know, you hit curbs and stuff with it, but it still does the job, and I have no issues with this at all. But I enjoy it because I can, you know, if I'm cutting and someone's parked in the driveway, I can always put the blocker down, and I won't shoot grass anywhere I don't mean to. Before I bought a dump trailer, I was having issues fitting a bunch of stuff in the bed of my truck. So what I did was I built up these sides just so I could put more into it. This is just basic 2x4. I split into two, and then I think this is 2x6s that I used. Cut them up, and then I just put this in the side of my truck so it builds it up and I can hold more in the back of my truck. Throw a tarp over it, and then you'd be good to go. But I don't use these very much anymore because I do have a dump trailer now. But these were very good at the time when I didn't have one. So this here's my latest purchase. This is my 6x12 Hawk dump trailer. Again, you don't need to start out with any of this. You can just build up to it. This is, like I said, I just bought this year. This was a goal of mine because, you know, it versatiles your business a lot, and you can offer more services and stuff like that. But I use this a lot for leaves, material, mulch, stuff like that. So I'll just show you kind of how it goes up and down. If you guys are in the market for one. So it does have the scissor lift. It's powered up and down that way. I didn't really like the gravity down. It seemed cheap to me, so I bought the power up and down. So that's it, you know, in the race position. It's also got this little arm here, so if you ever need to do maintenance, grease the zerks, anything like that, you can put the arm up and it'll keep it up and keep it from falling down on you. It also has this cool tarp on it with this little handle here. So if you ever need to open the tarp quickly, just put it there, and it's got these little guides on it, and you just wind it up on the front. It's gonna get stuck on the wheelbarrow, of course. And then it's pretty secure, so that's basically how you drive around with it. Inside the dump trailer, I've got some, you know, weeds and stuff, but I also have this Cobalt wheelbarrow I use for mulch, material and stuff like that. This dump trailer also has the barn doors in the back as well as a spread. So if I ever have a pallet to be loaded in the back, I'll just open this up and they can load it in the back. I can also dump it with the barn door. This is the spread option, so you just pull this back here, lock it into place, and then the back will spread open, just like that. And if you ever need to load any equipment, I've loaded some skid steers and stuff in the back of this before. You just pull this little pin right here, and then you store the ramps on the back here. This is basically how you close the tarp. So you just undo that, you pull this all the way to the end. And then you tighten it up here and lock it in like you would when you're transporting it. I do need to build up the sides with some 2x12s or 2x6s. And then eventually, in the next fall, I'll probably have this as like a leaf box trailer. Put a tarp in it, have a big leaf box so I can suck up some leaves for the fall. All right, that's basically it for the equipment tour. If you guys have any questions, comments, tips or tricks, anything like that, just let me know. And then I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can.